You're welcome back to the show. It has been a mind-blowing show so far. I have had fun. I've had very wholesome conversations here. And we are now going to be taking a trip around the region. We will be going to Owerri in Imo State. And, of course, talking about the arrests by the Finnish government of Simon Ekpa, the self-acclaimed Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, has continued to elicit reactions from the general public. This time, citizens in Owerri, the Imo State capital, are making their voices heard on the development. John Kennedy Obonna, our Imo State Bureau-in-Chief, is our guide.
Simon Ekpa, a self-proclaimed leader of a faction of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, was taken into custody on Thursday, 21st of November, by the Finnish authorities. Ekpa was accused of using social media to incite violence and unrest in the southeastern Nigeria, a region that has suffered unprecedented killings since the civil war ended and economic stagnation owing to the imposed weekly sit-at-home order by Ekpa and his group. Ekpa was arrested alongside 4 other suspected financiers of terrorism. Speaking to Afia TV, Imo residents, one of the regions mostly affected by Ekpa's alleged activities, shared their concerns on the development.
We are Igbos. Of late, there's been a serious crisis, violence in Igbo land, which could be attributed to non-release of Nnamdi Kanu. The Nigerian government has been holding Nnamdi Kanu for some time now. On the issue of Simon Ekpa, Ekpa or whatever he is called, if the Nigerian government has arrested him, it's based on the charges against him. If he is responsible for the crisis we are having here, that means that his arrest will make the crisis we are having here to cease. But if he is not responsible, the crisis will continue. All we want is whatever that will happen, whatever the government will do, the peace will return back to Igbo land, so that you can move freely, you can sleep without keeping one of your eyes open. So what my own take is this: if a person, according to the Bible, if any soul sins, that soul will pay for it. But if the person did not sin, God will vindicate the person. So if he is responsible for the crisis, I think his arrest will make Igbo land to be calm and people will be free and move freely and all. But if he's not responsible, he will get out freely and God will bring the lasting peace.
The arrest, I feel the government should take more time in carrying out enough and proper investigation to be sure that, you know, whether he's guilty or not. And if he's guilty, yes, the law should take his course. But if he's not guilty, please, he should be released. I feel the government should take his time, carry out serious investigation to make sure that we're on the right track.
Simon Ekpa is now arrested and detained. Igbo leaders or Igbo leadership, in particular southeastern states of Nigeria, should come together and rethink and raise a way forward to this problem and a lasting solution. There should be a team of leadership from Igbo land to discuss with the federal government. Federal government, I mean, is the presidency. They solve the problem out and solve the problem finally for us Igbos, because as a result of all these arrests and that we are suffering much. We are almost dying in thousands in Igbo land every day. So this is what we suffered during the war, and we don't want a repeat of it. I plead to the federal government to have a rethink and consider Igbos.
The government and the bodies that are in charge of the arrest of Simon Ekpa, they should do more investigations. They should investigate more if he is really guilty of the corruption charges that they've laid against him, because I don't think him giving a sit-at-home order is enough reason to arrest him and to repatriate him here to Nigeria. So they should investigate more and find out if he's really guilty of the charges that they've laid against him, corruptions and everything that's been going on in Igbo land, so that we won't be holding guilty someone who is innocent.
Imo residents want the federal government of Nigeria to intensify investigations to ascertain whether or not Simon Ekpa is responsible for the unrest in the state. However, the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has disassociated itself from Simon Ekpa, stating that he is neither a member nor a leader of the group. This was a statement released on Friday by its spokesperson, Imo Powerful, where the IPOB reaffirmed its non-violent stance, condemning Ekpa for allegedly forming a violent group, the Biafra Liberation Army, which it says undermines IPOB's principles. In Owerri, John Kennedy Wona for Afia TV.